When I want to take a look at the underboard on this, I used to undo all these wires and then label them all, but you can really get by with just these two yellow wires are the standby wires. Just take those off and then take this the switching cable and then the reverb cable, and that's pretty much all you have to undo. And then I can leave the rest of these wires put on, and you don't have to mess with them. Just leave them all hooked up. Alright, this thing seemed to be doing things intermittently, and when I first tested it, it had no output at all. And I noticed that the plate voltage to V1 was only like 10 volts. It's crazy low. And then the second time I tested it, it was clicking on and off like there was a relay over here in the power supply section. And there isn't a relay there, but it sounded like it. Very strange. So when I pulled the board out, the one thing I noticed was on these fuse holders, these solder joints had burned themselves through. And so the pseudo relay clicking noise was the fuse holders intermittently making contact with the traces. So I resoldered this one and I put in a fresh bus wire over that. Just take some belt and bus and lay a new trace over top, and that should do the job on that. Another thing I noticed was when this thing was wave soldered, it was the layer of solder is very thin. So I went through and I resoldered pretty much everything that was kind of large, like all the supplies to these tubes. Resoldered all of them and resoldered all the jacks. There's no downside to doing that. And now I'm going to put it together and see if that solved all the problems. And it works.